I'm proud to be partnering with my very good friend, Lee Greenwood, who doesn't love his song, God Bless the USA, in connection with promoting the God Bless the USA Bible. This Bible is the King James Version and also includes our founding father documents, yes, the Constitution, which I'm fighting for every single day, very hard.
Well, it was only a matter of time until Donald Trump added to the list of things that he's selling the Bible. We saw his Trump NFT cards with him and all these different outfits and as different characters that people purchased for some reason. We saw his Trump sneakers and now Trump Bibles. My goodness. Now, after I play a little bit more of this for you, I'll reflect with you all on some of Trump's past moments relating to him pretending to be someone that he's not and pretending to subscribe to a religion he obviously doesn't. But I just want to jump in and say him saying that he is fighting for or defending the Constitution is absurd, given that he still has a post up on a social media account on True Social. I'll put it on screen, where he called for the termination of the Constitution. A massive fraud of this type magnitude allows for termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. So how you could fight for or defend or be working on behalf of something that you call for the termination of, I don't know.
To keep Americans protected, also the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance are all part of this God Bless the USA Bible, and it's just very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul.
You can just feel the passion gushing out of him for the subject.
Many of you have never read them and don't know the liberties and rights you have as Americans and how you are being threatened to lose those rights. It's happening all the time. It's a very sad thing that's going on in our country, but we're going to get it turned around. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country, and I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country. All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book.
But Donald, normally people's favorite book is something they've read. I think that's like the first characteristic of your favorite book, is that you read it at some point. Before getting to some of these past moments, these flashbacks of Trump talking about his religion or lack thereof, this reminded me of something recently that we saw, which was Fox and Friends, the weekend edition, doing a sponsored prayer, which maybe it's just me, but something feels strange about a sponsored prayer, huh?
This is a transition for transition. Let's do it this morning.
Oh, clicked forward.
This is a transition for transitions if you've ever had one.
So Fox and Friends.
This is very Fox and Friends, so ready your heart. It's the 5th Sunday of Lent, and our prayer series continues with a reading of prayer from the Hallow app. We all need it. Let's do it this morning. Close your eyes.
Sponsored by Hallow. It's just a bizarre sponsored segment. And yeah, so back to Trump. Now he's selling Bibles. He's very in need of money. Like I said, this is now a part of a long list of products that he's selling, trying to honestly make enough money to pay that massive fraud judgment. Yeesh. And we shouldn't be surprised when we see him just struggling through a conversation or a remark about his quote unquote faith, because long ago we were given all the indication we needed that this was going to be a strange act he did that was going to convince nobody.
Okay. You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. And you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favored Bible verses are, and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal. So I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that you like?
No, I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible... The whole Bible is an incredible... I joke very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time. But...
everyone laughs. Great. It's a great joke because they know he has never opened up the Bible. Now, I've said this before, but one of the strangest phenomena in American politics is an entire movement of people pretending like they believe something about Trump. They just can't, right? Now, I say that because it makes the most sense. But I have talked to Trump supporters who, as I'm looking in their eyes, they believe it. They believe Trump, in their words, is a man of God like we've never seen before. Like we've never seen before, for sure. But a man of God? What? What? Now, I've said before that you can make a more honest, transparent argument that still gets you to the same conclusion about voting for Trump. I'm going to disagree with it, obviously, because I don't think you should vote for Trump. But you don't have to be so dishonest in pretending like he's someone that he's not when it comes to this subject in particular. What I mean is, you can, and I've heard some conservatives say this, I know Trump is not a Christian guy. He hasn't had a life that embodies that or has even tried to subscribe to that practice, that religion, and he is not a man of faith, whatever. But I think his presidency would be good for, because he's going to do things for political reasons, for my interests. And that would be more transparent and still a conclusion I disagree with. But instead, we all are over here in Rationalville being told we're crazy for not thinking Trump is just one of the most dedicated Christians that we've ever seen before. And it's all very, very strange. Now, here's another moment from an interview some time ago where Trump again is asked about his strong faith and doesn't go well.
You said this line that resonates with our audience. You said, we don't worship the government, we worship God.
That's right.
And you held up your Bible. Now, that's up to that point, I don't think I had ever seen in any president do that in that fashion. So I think a lot of American conservative believers especially want to know, what was it like? Your faith is very important to you. You've said that publicly. Your faith is important. But what does that mean to the man, Donald Trump?
Well, I think it means a lot of things, but more to perhaps your listeners and the people that will watch this show. And it's a very large group of people. For instance, I was the only president ever go to the big rally they had in Washington, which they have on a yearly basis, but I was the only one ever to go as a president, sitting president for life. And people were shocked, but even...
What does your faith mean to you, sir? I went to a rally and people were really shocked and impressed. And a lot of people cheered for me, actually. There were a lot of people cheering for me. It was a big rally, the biggest, maybe one of the biggest rallies I've ever spoken in front of. And people came up to me afterwards, tears gushing down their face. And they said, sir, that was the best speech I've ever seen. What was the question? Here is a compilation Ron Filipkowski put together of some of Trump's, in light of this most recent grift or money-making opportunity or whatever, some of the past things that Trump has sold.
Your heart enjoys steaks of this quality in one of my resort restaurants or America's finest steakhouses, but now that's changed. Today, through the Sharper Image, you can enjoy the world's greatest steaks in your own home with family, friends, any... So what do you think of my Trump Home mattress collection by Serta? Finally, the same luxury and comfort I demand in my hotels.
Oh, they'll never count sheep again.
Mr. Trump, please. My new game is Trump, the game.
Trump, the game where you deal for everything you've ever wanted to own. Because it's not whether you win or lose, it's whether you win.
Yes!
Play Trump.
Yeah, I won't play the whole thing. It's 3 minutes and 48 seconds, but you get the point. So add to the list Bibles. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump was doing a sponsored prayer pretty soon. You gotta squeeze every dollar out of your followers. My goodness. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel.